Whistle eventually sounds, free kick Morocco. But the noise in this venue so significant that none of the players can hear the DRC referee's whistle sound.
That is understandable. There's a clear foul by Jackson there, going into the man without the ball.
Jackson, who brings some Premier League experience, although playing in Germany now on loan, and that's a look back at Bonu's magical moment again.
Oh, but the delivery was perfect. But I think the striker could have done better there.
Well, Pape turns 27 next Saturday. The Villarreal man is not unfamiliar with Yassine Bono and his successes. The man who became elite in Spain. Lamine Camara looks to come away, picked up by Hakimi. Now in midfield, Saibari's dropped deep. Mazraoui missed Manchester United's victory in the Manchester derby over Manchester City in the Premier League just 1 day ago.
Believe me, he'll be happy to have missed that one if he wins today.
There are certain sacrifices worth making. There's El Ainoui, one of 3 players for Morocco that have played every minute of this tournament. El Ainoui, Agar and Bono in goal. Bono looking to become the first goalkeeper to kick 6 clean sheets in the tournament.
He's been extremely important for this team, especially against Nigeria. He made the difference.
Mazraoui dispossessed by Njai. Referee says illegally so, free kick Morocco.
When we look at these early minutes we've seen, it seems as if the Senegalese have settled better into this game than the Moroccans. Obviously, the pressure of winning this on home turf seems to be taking its toll at the moment.
They've shown signs of that they've needed to lift themselves from the pressure that they've been under. But they've done it virtually every game. The question, though, really is, can anybody score against Morocco? Here's Azazuli, square ball, and it's allowed to go through. Edouard Mendy almost bumped off the ball by his fullback in El Hadji Malik Diouf, the West Ham man, who is friends with Naif Agar. Their time at West Ham overlapped, but they know each other beyond that as well.
That's what you get when you play this Moroccan side. Even when you think you're dominating, they can hit you hard on the counter.
Throw in taken quickly, Mazraoui now, delivery to Kamel. Kabi waits, looking for that deflected header. Very nicely played by Niakhaté. Mendy left behind as Azazuli stuns it, looking for the counter. Iliman Ndiaye wants to bring it under control. Can't do so here. And throw it to Morocco.
You can count on the Moroccans when they go on defensive mode to always have someone covering a teammate.
Well, you've got a team whose passing accuracy and passing game has been utterly outstanding this tournament in Morocco. But Senegal have played nearly 400 line-breaking passes in this tournament, which is a thoroughly impressive statistic.
Well, they don't play beautiful, but they play effective football. Highly, the way they play it. And they are not shy to win games by playing ugly. And that's dangerous, and that's championship material.
Senegal through Sarr, Niakhaté. There's Diouf, Pape rather. Diouf on the out wide. Back inside, that'll be a free kick to Senegal as Mane's tugged off the ball. Ten minutes have come and gone, goalless it remains. This is a final, and so seldom do we see high-scoring finals at the Africa Cup of Nations. In fact, Senegal have played in 3 finals and they've never scored a goal in the final.
Well, you can bet your money the Moroccans are praying that continues.
Sarr Great composure for the 20-year-old who has been signed by Chelsea, played at the Club World Cup, as again a moment of magic, potentially sees Senegal with a set piece, and indeed awarded as Papke is down, and Agar protests.
I think that was a clear foul. I think he struck him way before he got the ball. Now this is where the Senegalese will miss Captain Koulibaly. Set pieces, he was if I could use that word, a beast when he had to for set pieces. But then again, Sa is not a small man either.
There's a few players who'll be looking to rise. Papke, not short either. It'll be Diouf to feed. Diouf over this, decent looking delivery as well, and a little touch from Sa, and that'll be out for the goal kick. He's never scored a senior goal, Sa, but he was looking for one here.
Now imagine if your first goal is the one that wins you the AFCON.
There are certain fairy tales that just can't be written. Well, that's
going to be a new one, right?
It's one of the reasons we love this sport. It is unpredictable by its very nature. Only one goal has actually been scored in Senegal's 3 previous finals, and that was Baghdad Bounedjah's goal for Algeria in 2019.
This is actually the first game I'm seeing Morocco play that it's taking them 10 minutes to overload the right side.
Yeah, this is the first time that I think we've seen the side spend more time in their final third than they have in their opponents, to be fair. Here's Al-Zouli, lovely ball in. Saibari looks for the square ball, but again, very tightly marked. And Ganagay there to protect. Recovery by El Ainoui, has to go back to his defence, but it's a scrambled ball that Massina will reach. Under a little pressure here from Lamine Camara. Goes back to Bono, though. And now Agar is on the far side. Very elegant, but assertive player. Trusted by Regragui. Here's Saibari, space opening up. El Kaabi calls for the ball ahead of him. Saibari goes, but it's woefully wide. An opportunity lost.
Well, I think he was able to strike that thanks to the run that Kaabi gave him. That's it, taking away defenders away. Oh, he just miskicked it.
Saibari scored in the win over Cameroon. Looking for his second of the tournament.
He's been actually very important for Morocco, not only by scoring goals, but the work rates that he's brought to this tournament.
Yeah, he's been one of the standouts, undoubtedly. Mendy back inside. Here's El Ainoui, picks up possession. Not only has his passing game been on point, but his ball-winning ability, since he's been asked to play in the central midfield role Sunday, has been so impressive, because he was asked to play effectively Sofiane Amrabat's role after the first game.
Yeah, obviously, because Amrabat was getting a lot of criticisms from left and right, as you can see, but the way he's done it, he's not only played defensive like Amrabat, he's also participated in build-ups, and he's made it possible for Morocco to be able to keep, to be more, how do you call it, ball possessive when they have the ball.
Iliman Ndiaye looking for the return ball here. Lamine Camara will pick up on it between 3 Moroccan players. Back to Mendy. Here's Sa. Niakhaté, captain on the day. Ganagay, the Everton man, switches it out to the far side, where it's brought under control by the former Liverpool man, now based in Saudi Arabia, and possibly playing his last Africa Cup of Nations match. And that... Oh, Saibari comes away with it. Referee says nothing wrong. El Kaabi making another run. Saibari, maybe a few too many touches, but recovers. There's Al-Zouli's there. Morocco press inside the penalty area. Inside, outside for Al-Zouli, but a little too heavy. And Mendy does enough to shepherd that ball to the goal line.
Great defending there. Just getting his body in between the man and the ball. That made the difference. Look at this. Body in between the man and the ball, and make sure that, yep. Very good defender.
The man who hasn't played a minute so far, Antoine Mendy, coming in for Krépin Diatta at last minute. Diatta's been a little unlucky. Remember, he had that ACL injury that kept him out of the tournament that they won after being a revelation in 2019, missed the 2021 tournament. Now he's missing the 2025 final, Krépin Diatta. You've got a feel for him.
Oh, I really don't want to think how the man is feeling at the moment.
Oh, it must be heartbreaking.
Because this is what you live for. These are moments that you live for as a footballer. You want to play in the finals, you know. And when you miss the first one thanks to injuries, and this one that you feel your fit the night before, and you miss it.
Oh, how about that touch from Lamine Camara through the legs of Mazraoui, who's got the throw in now. El-Kaabi was the intended target. There'll be a Senegal throw. Final touch of El-Kaabi, who lost his footing slightly.
One thing I can say clearly is that both teams are playing this game. They've started this game cautiously. They are making sure that each time they lose the ball, they have bodies behind the ball.
That's a fair point, but still, we've seen 5 shots at goal, though, in the opening 17 minutes, despite the fact that there's an element of caution, undoubtedly.
Yeah, but they've struck those shots even with numbers, against numbers, so you've not seen really a counter-attack so far.
Lamine Camara is down on the turf. He's a star in the making. He turned 22 only a few days ago, Lamine Camara. Man with Monaco. Oh, it looks like he was just bumped by Alainoui.
Yeah, and the referee is trying to make him realize that, that he saw it, and he's not going to accept more like that.
So, referee Ndala looking for some man management. Has just issued a warning.
I think that's the best way to handle a final, because you don't want to spoil it by an early yellow card or...
Yakhate, Popke, swept out wide, Mane getting involved, and now Jackson with an opportunity. Mane between two, looked to take it past Hakimi. Back in possession, Mane switches it to the near side, Iliman Ndiaye. Mazraoui with a touch, and that'll be a Senegal throw. Iliman.
The Senegalese are fully aware that the Moroccans are playing under pressure, and they are using it. But strangely enough, funny enough, if you notice, every attack, most of the attacks from the Senegalese have gone all through the side of Sadio Mane.
Yeah, Sadio Mane remains as influential as ever, and there have been many since his announcement after the victory over Egypt in the semi-finals. Many that have been openly trying to encourage him to reconsider his talk of retirement after the World Cup that is upcoming.
Please add me to that list, because I really want to see this brother continue playing.
I'll collate a list. Senegal. They're in Group I of the World Cup. They've got 2018 champions France in their opening match. Morocco have record champions Brazil in their opening match. It's certainly not an easy game for either of these sides to start their World Cup campaign, but then they've got Norway, Erling Haaland's Norway, through Senegal, and then they head off to Canada, I think, for their last game against the Interconfederation playoff winners. As El-Kaabi has a chance, Saibari surely offside. That's gone wide, but the offside flag eventually raised. And this 20 minutes is about to tick on up on the stadium clock.
That looked like an offside, but I was thinking, why didn't he play Diaz on the right side? I think that could have been a better option. It was so obvious that it was a clear offside.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the proverbial head there. But I do want to ask you about this, though. Morocco have had incredible support as Iliman Ndiaye watches on. They've had incredible support They have played all 7 of their matches here. Senegal played all 6 of their matches in Tangier before making the final. And this is the first time they're not playing in Tangier. For both these sides, an element of comfort coming into this final in the sense that they played all their matches at one venue. And what does it mean for Senegal having switched venue for the very last fixture?
Well, it wouldn't matter so much, but I must tell you that for the Moroccans, it's been extremely important. There is nothing as good when playing major tournaments like this. If you keep the same bed, if you don't change beds, it's very, very important.
As long as you change the sheets. Hopefully daily.
I forgot to say that.
Brahim Diaz. Lovely chance. Bilal Al-Khanous. Hakimi was going on a flying run down the right, but he picked to go the way of Al-Zouli, who looks to feed El-Kabi. Down goes El-Kabi under a challenge by Sarr. Referee says play on, and now Pape Gueye sees an opening, but he's closed down very quickly by Al-Khanous. Foul. Senegal free kick.
I think there was a foul here, and this one also. I think both of them were fouls. Yeah, the leg was high.
Ayoub El-Kabi, one of several players who has a tremendous story to tell. He's 4 goals away from becoming Morocco's all-time leading goal scorer. Arsene Wenger among those in the house.
That's Yuri Jokev beside him,
Yuri Jokev, that's right. They really have some kings of football.
Legendary player. Oh.
Diouf. Back inside, Niakhaté.
This is quality build-up from the Senegalese.
Iliman Ndiaye up towards Jackson, back to Lamine Camara. Lamine Camara turned 22 a few days ago and is playing his 40th international for Senegal's senior side, which is utterly remarkable.
At that age.
I mean, he's blessed with an abundance of talent, and as I say that, he's gone and cut his opponent down.
I think we're going to see the first yellow card, I think.
Lamine Camara is cautioned here. He's an overwhelming presence in midfield, but sometimes discipline can get the better of him. But he's a born champion, and he's won continental titles previously. He collects this caution, but a man who was player of the tournament as Senegal won the 2023 Under-20 AFCON, and one of the players of the tournament as they won the African Nations Championship, is cautioned.
Now these are the kind of yellow cards that as a manager, as a coach, you get angry when your player receives this. Why? Because it's almost 50 meters from our goal line, from our goal post. In the final, you don't want to get early yellow cards.
There's the youthful exuberance perhaps coming through. But this is certainly more like chess than checkers in this final. And there's almost a waiting game to see if there's a mistake that the opposition can pounce on, rather than trying to carve out clear-cut opportunities for themselves.
Well, now I'm going to bore you with something that's tactical, and that's
never boring.
That's the fact that the Senegalese are using advantage of the fact that the
Massina with a lovely ball through. El-Kabi sees it bounce, but Edouard Mendy brings it under control nicely.
Yeah, they're using advantage of the fact that Moroccans are playing one striker, so all the build-ups are being done by the centre-back, like you can see now, and that forces the Moroccans to be, you know, attentive, like you say, like they have to be spectators watching that. They have to wait for the ball to go to the side before they can press, but they can't make pressing on the central backs, like you see now. That's how they come up.
Hakimi caught back in his own half, but defensively is unyielding. Massina with a slight misstep and manages to recover in time as he gets there ahead of Jackson, and now Saibari plays it through for Al-Zouli. It's behind Mendy when Al-Zouli, a little too much for him to do. Niakhaté getting involved. The possession stakes are favouring Senegal slightly.
I was actually expecting it to be more than that.
Gay down the near side. Jackson round the outside of Messina. Ball into a danger area. Iliman Ndiaye has gone central. Lamine Camara picks out Gay. Far side. Diouf back inside. Mane under pressure. Driven back by El Khanous. Eventually the free kick goes the way of Senegal.
Quality ball protection by Sadio Mane. That is when you talk about experience. That's when you use your experience there.
Two-time African Player of the Year, Men's Player of the Year. Only 2 men have ever won multiple CAF African Men's Player of the Year awards and multiple AFCON titles. Those men were both Cameroonian, the great Roger Milla and the AFCON's all-time leading scorer, Samuel Eto'o. Samuel Eto'o. But Sadio Mane, the 2-time African Footballer of the Year, stands on the brink of becoming the 3rd man to join that very exclusive club, having won the 2021 edition with Senegal.
Yeah, of course, but he's a player that has, you know, he has put his fingerprint. He has marked this past decade now. He's been good for African football.
Senegal again from the set piece. It's a little too heavy and it's a little wide as well. Bono very comfortable to get over it. Uncharacteristic from Lamine Camara, who's usually an exceptional set piece taker.
Well, we got the
Aliou Cissé sitting alongside one of the great actors.
Looking at C from France there.
Indeed.
This is kind of like the most quiet we've seen Diaz ever since this competition started.
That's fair. As Mendy, challenged by Mazraoui, is successful despite going off his feet. Gay just gives a little bit of time to his defence with that delightful touch. Out wide. Niakhaté. Mendy. You wouldn't believe he's getting his first start and playing in an Africa Cup of Nations final. Matches don't get bigger than this on the African continent.
But Dwayne, look at the way he's playing. Confident. Look at his first touch.
Earning his 4th cap today. Be interesting move though. He's just signed for Chelsea from Strasbourg, but he was loaned straight back as Mane looks to run onto this, and another Saudi Arabian-based player, and Yassine Bounou comes over to shepherd that ball to the goal line.
Well, I think they might have been used to this duel for the past 2 years.
There is the suspended captain, Kalidou Koulibaly, one of Senegal's greats.
So far, his absence has not really shown a lot in the Senegalese side, because the build-up from the back has been very good, and defensively they've been standing right.
Well, that's fair.
But these Moroccans can be tricky sometimes.
Here's Brahim Diaz, an opportunity with a little bit of space ahead of him, but closed down quickly by Gay. First real time we've seen Hakimi fly up on the overlap down that right flank. Brahim Diaz. Hakimi wants it. Brahim Diaz. Bilal El Khanous. Lenoe calls for it to go back to Messina, and indeed, he obeys. Saibari, beautiful ball from Messina, and lovely out to space for El Zouli. Morocco pressing and probing, but Senegal defends stoically. Mazraoui down, free kick. Morocco in a very handy position. Just beyond the half-hour mark, Morocco with a very handy set-piece opportunity.
Ooh, when it comes to games like this and you're having difficulties, sometimes set pieces could be the key that opens the gate to paradise. Because so far, it's fair to say the Moroccans have been slightly dominated by the Senegalese.
Well, Morocco have an opportunity now. As Al-Zouli stands over this, Massina and El-Kabi have a little discussion. Two tall men, both with tremendous stories of resilience that have shot to prominence and stand on the verge of history with Morocco tonight. Illinois among those just off as Al-Zouli. Two-player wall, four line up for Morocco towards the near side. It's chipped toward the back post though, and it's comfortably left by the defence. Diouf allows that through, and it'll be a goal kick. Momentum and opportunity lost.
Yeah, it struck it to the only area where there were no Moroccans.
Sunday, to be fair though,
yeah,
I mean, Lamine Camara and Abdel Al-Zouli are both prolific set-piece takers, excellent set-piece takers. Both have overhit the set pieces that they've taken. Is that maybe a little adrenaline in the build-up to an occasion like this?
It's the occasion. Remember, we said it at the beginning when I said this game, it's all about the head. That's it.
A little bit of pressure here from Morocco, and that'll be a free kick to Senegal. As Lamine Camara is overrun slightly, taken quickly out to the near side, and Mendy under pressure from Al-Zouli. El-Kabi looks to provide a press on Sarr. Niakhaté, Garnagay, Diouf now. West Ham man is influential in attack, but it's in defence where he really stands out. Provides the feed for Iliman Ndiaye. El Ainoui wins it back. A touch from El-Kabi is wide of Saibari. Bump off the ball, but Lamine Camara's recovery is exceptional. El Ainoui wins it back though. Saibari with a little flair and flamboyance to wow the crowds, but still no score in this final.
This is more of what I was expecting at the beginning. This tug of war.
There seem to be a few touches that suggest that Morocco are growing in confidence now, and that they found their game a little more.
That should be expected as a host, and they are aware that very few hosts win this tournament.
Garnagay out wide. There's Sadio Mane. An opportunity to turn on the pace. The afterburners not quite there. As El Khanous came away with it through El-Kabi. Back to Mazraoui. Abdel Al-Zouli. Mazraoui again. Saibari.
I think you should understand the Moroccans. Rarely does any team win finals by 6-0, 5-0.
Unless you're Ashraf Hakimi's PSG
Paris Saint-Germain,
yeah, that's right.
Rarely. So, most cases, you just need just one goal to win it.
How often that's been the case. Saibari. El Ainoui. Again, just providing the passing lane. Opens up the field just a little. El Khanous. He's really stepped up in the absence of the injured Unai in midfield. Through a ball here, Hakimi looking to run onto it. Niakhaté has read it well. Ibrahim Diaz just can't get there to keep the clearance inside the field of play.
That was a defense split and pass. Well played. And well cut off by the defender too.
It's taken a little touch off the heel of Hakimi, which means it's the Senegal throw. Iliman Ndiaye, meanwhile, is down on the turf.
He's very important for Senegal.
Man who scored the winner against Mali, a very tough Mali side. As Senegal progressed beyond Mali in the quarter-finals. Made his debut against Morocco just over 5 years ago. This is the coming together with El Ainoui.
I really can't see this strike.
No, I was just wondering if it was how he fell.
Well, I think it's how he fell, because I can't see the strike to the leg, to the portion of the leg that he's holding, to the part of the leg that he's holding.
Well, Senegal certainly don't want to be facing yet another situation in forced change. 2 suspensions mean that Abibjar and Kalidou Koulibaly are out. Lamine Camara and Pape Thiaw having a good conversation on the near side. They trust one another inherently. They've come up through the ranks together. They won Chan 2022 together, and it's a similar relationship that Regragui has with Agar. They came up through the ranks together at FUS Rabat, where they won the Throne Cup. They went on to win the Botola Pro before Regragui shot to prominence as Morocco coach, and Agar made moves in first France and then England. Lovely ball, Iliman Ndiaye back on the park, a one-on-one. Bono looks to close him down, makes a tremendous save in one-on-one situation.
This is why he's regarded as one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Look at this defense splitting pass. He took his time, waited, eye on the ball, and used every part of his body. Look at this. Yep.
Coming into this tournament, he hadn't conceded since March last year. Only a penalty driven home by Lassine Seneyoko of Mali in the group stages has breached him since March last year. No goals from open play. And again, Bono steps up from the corner. It's low, it's flat, it's comfortably defended. And now the chance to hit in transition is Azuli. Look to scoop it back. Sarr with the recovery. Jackson, Mane. Quick ball out to the far side. Lamine Camara brings it to the near side, where Ndiaye brings it under control off the chest. The intensity rising. The level of the Rabat crowd rising as well. Ganagay seeking options. Player of the tournament in 2019, or team of the tournament in 2019. An AFCON winner in 2021. There's Mendy. Sarr. Niakhaté. Jackson has come very deep to collect, and then the pass has gone beyond him. Sprints back into a central position. Diouf wants it from Mane, but it's gone the way of Jackson now. A little opportunity potentially in midfield. Free kick Morocco, though, is the call, as El Ainoui goes down.
This was the save. Oh, unbelievable. Took his time. Well struck anyway, because the ball was low.
Long ball forward here. It's not going to be kept in play by Azuli, but it's a final touch of Senegal, meaning that the corner is Morocco's. As Azuli thinks about taking it, but leaves for his players to gather in formation as they attempt to score from the set piece and break the deadlock 5 minutes from half-time.
I think so far the Senegalese could be happy with what they've achieved so far.
As Azuli, El Khanous. Azuli again, round the outside of Mane. Azuli, delivery is decent, it's there toward the back post, but it was there to be had as well by Naif Agar. He had stayed forward, the central defender.
That was quality play. Look at the way he eliminated the opposition here. Well played. And pinpoint precise cross. All he needed to do was keep the eyes open. You kind of get a feel as if he shot, closed the eyes a bit. That's what made him miss the touch on the ball. We were expecting danger from Diaz, but we're getting it from Esazouli.
Well, let's not forget the impact that Diaz has had throughout this tournament, though. 5 goals in his first 5 games. All-time leading scorer in a single edition for Morocco. And he's 1 away from equaling Ahmed Fares on 6 goals as all-time scorer at the tournament overall for Morocco, but he has a chance to do it at 1 edition. Free kick Morocco. And it's a coming together of 2 classy players in Mane and Hakimi.
For the Moroccans to dominate, they need to have the overload on the right side. And the fact that the Senegalese are doing all the attack on the left side, on their left side, is forcing Hakimi to stay back. I think that's, and he has to be very careful because Mane is dangerous.
Where have Senegal looked to hurt Morocco the most tonight?
It has to be from... They're doing it very well. The strength of the Moroccan side is the right side. But Senegalese is hurting them from their right side. That way they're forcing them to always think about defending instead of thinking of going forward.
Esazouli inside the area now. Esazouli still with a chance. Pull back. Saibari needed to hit it first time. The recovery from Lamine Camara, but the loose ball is spilled towards Esazouli. El Enoui, Hakimi now back inside to El Khanous. They're moving the ball around with purpose. Morocco. Brahim Diaz has the opportunity perhaps to produce a moment of magic up against Diouf. And as he did against Mo Salah in the semi-final against Egypt, he denies the quality player from the opponent from having a chance.
Diop is not letting anything go by him. But the physicality of the Senegalese, that's what's been making the difference so far.
Now, that replay has just showed the Saibari boot in the face of Lamine Camara. The Monaco man is down. He's the only player who's received a caution so far in this game. He was standout for Senegal when they won the African Nations Championship in Algeria. Now he goes down, makes the challenge, but then it's the boot of Saibari in the air.
I think the left foot, right? Ooh,
yeah,
that's it.
There's nothing malicious about it. This is not
unintentional. It's unintentional.
Yeah, there's nothing intentional about that.
Yeah.
Now, what we are seeing is a warm-up for Pape Matar Sarr. Ismaila Sarr as well will be among those hoping to make an impact. Sherif Ndiaye, another who could potentially come on and make a difference, but he might look to make an impact in the second half.
That was the cross that could have made the difference. Well played.
Golden opportunity with that golden Itri ball to find the opening goal in this title. It's the final, and it's a chance to turn momentum into legacy for Morocco after that historic run at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Expectations soared, and they have a chance to produce redemption and validation and national pride all in one go in front of their fervent home support in Rabat. But for Senegal, they have the tactical intelligence, the physicality and the championship pedigree to hurt Morocco and deny them that possibility. This is not just a final.
No, and they've shown it so far, the Senegalese, that they can do it. But the Moroccans have to be patient if they want to win this. They have to be patient and wait and take their chances. But the Senegalese have to continue doing what they're doing.
Lamine back on his feet, feeds Jackson now as we hit the 45-minute mark. Delivery out to the far side, inside the area, swept to safety by Massina. Corner it'll be.
Once again, like I told you, they always go through the right side of the, through their left side, but the right side of the Moroccans. That was well played by Sadio Mane here.
Great recovery from Messina. So corner to Senegal.
That has been the secret of the success of the Moroccans so far, is that they rarely do they defend 1v1. They always have cover-ups. Backup coming in.
Diouf. Referee is happy. Players take their positions. Oh, and as I say that, it's a coming together of Mazraoui and Jackson.
That is to be expected of a player who used to play in the Premier League.
Well, still on loan from Chelsea, maybe a chance of going back. Won the FIFA Club World Cup with him in the middle of last year. Diouf. Decent looking delivery, it's inviting ball. This time it's El-Kaabi who puts his boot through it, sends it upfield, and El Zouli chases. Morocco looking to recover, and they've done so through Brahim Diaz in possession. El Khanouz closed down by two, gets the pass into Brahim Diaz. Mazraoui. A couple of minutes now into the 4 minutes of additional time at the end of the opening half. Brahim Diaz again showing his technical qualities, although rather muted in tonight's affair.
Yeah. Well, if it's not going well in the right, I go to the middle. That's what Diaz seems to be telling us now.
Jackson with a little touch. Mane picks up possession, and now Papke. Hakimi looks to close him down. And he just takes a moment, pauses, signals to his teammates, I'm slowing it down. And that shows the mental composure and calmness of the Senegalese players on the pitch right now.
Yeah, it also shows that they have a game plan, and he has seen in front of him that they don't have numbers in front. So he just cools it down, because it's useless going up against 4 Moroccans when you're just alone.
Njai, fast flowing, gets the pass away. Kamara closed down by Mazraoui, who showed some wonderful anticipation. And now on the counter, Brahim Diaz has a chance to break away. Diouf tries to close him down, gets the pass in now. Hakimi still going, pass into space, Saibari! Deflected away, stunned, and eventually cleared. Mazraoui, El Zouli, closing seconds of this opening half, out for the corner. Referee says there's time.
Rarely do you see such mistakes from the Moroccans. Oh, great sacrifice from the Moroccan defender. Yeah, putting all body, putting the ball at who?
Mazraoui, exceptional block to deny Lamine Camara, and then Saibari denied on the opposite end. Hakimi takes short, delivers in now, and it's sliced away by Jackson. With that, half-time is called. The referee says we are done in the opening half. No goals as yet in this final. Saibari with an opportunity late, Lamine Camara with an opportunity late. Both sides have played their part, but no score between Senegal and Morocco here in Rabat. These two giants, one big trophy, and Africa waiting. Will it be decided in the next 45? Sunday Ulisse, it was an entertaining opening half, despite the fact that we've seen no goals. It didn't really seem like a match, though, in which some of the star players stood up quite as they have throughout this tournament. Are you surprised by that, or will you expect experience to grow into this game?
Nah, I'm not surprised at all. This is a final. Every time I've had to play finals in my lifetime, we've always thought about the result first. It's not important who's playing better, who has ball possession. And I think both sides will go into the dressing room now feeling okay. We are still on track. Having said that, we must say there's an advantage here for the